Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Easy Money League podcast. This is episode 5. Only took me 10 minutes to figure that out before we started recording. So that's to let you know we worry about preparation here. That's all we worry about is preparation, and being good at your job. And part of that means winning your fucking fantasy games, which I didn't do this week again. I took another heartbreaker this week. Another just by a handful of you beat me last week by what?
Like
Decimals.
0.12 or something like
Yeah.
that.
And then this week I won by 6 points, which is I saw what caused my problem. And speaking of that, why don't we just get right into it, Ronnie? Let's get into this week 6 recap first. For goodness sakes, now at 5-1, looking quite dominant. 99.64 versus the commissioner, who only scored 93.9 points. Break it down for me. How did goodness sakes? How did Jonathan? Oh fuck! And I owe him $50 too for this stupid bet. God damn it, dude! All right, tell me what happened.
All right. Um, Starting off with quarterback Baker Mayfield, 19.64. Bijan Robinson, 32.8.
That was
Ashton,
such. I mean, it's not such bullshit. It's the Bills are they're being carried by Josh Allen essentially, and that can only go so far now because they don't have the other half of the team just does not exist apparently.
yeah, I don't know. And their defense was so terrible that game.
Yeah, abysmal.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson was a fucking monster out there.
I know, and I was like, okay, I can like going into this game. I was the point differential was something about like 30ish points. And I was looking at it and I was like, sorry, I had to pause because I'm sitting there thinking about when I was still having a fleeting moment of hope because I was like sitting there thinking, I was like, man, that felt really good when I thought I could still win this game. And I was looking at it, I was like, well, I'm still projected to win by maybe a point, maybe lose by a point. And then I just pictured I somehow, not somehow, I didn't have some sort of premonition, obviously, that'd be stupid. But I just saw in my mind's eye, I was like, dude, Bijan Robinson's gonna go off for like 30 points, isn't he? And I was like, and I just thought, I was like, you know what? Don't even think about it. Just don't even if it happens, it happens. And then of course it happened because I put it out to the universe. So
Well,
whatever. I sealed my own fate on that one.
Well, the thing that really sucks though is that Bijan got all those crazy points, but it was actually Odunze's
Oh, I
4.2 that
know.
really put him over. Like
I know.
you still had a
It,
chance as long as the Bears kept being terrible, and they just did enough, just barely enough.
I saw alert. Listen, here's what happened. I saw the alerts of Bijan scoring nonstop, and then I got the alert that he's like, "Oh, 100 yards rushing, blah blah blah, however many touchdowns," and I just thought, I'm like, I didn't even have to open the app. All I saw was the alerts, and I was like, it doesn't matter how many points are left. Roma Dunze is gonna get them. It doesn't matter anymore. I was like, Bijan closed the gap so much that Odunze, all he had to do was just walk out there, catch one or two, call it a day, and that's essentially what he did. So,
That
um,
sucks.
yeah, it's you know what? I almost agreed with you, but then that would mean I'm a weaker man. Just it happened because that's fantasy. That's what fantasy football does to a motherfucker. You just don't give a fuck anymore. All right, continue. You're on Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty, yes, he had 15.6. Puka Nakua 3.8. Rome Odunze 4.2. Tucker Craft 11.3, Jalen Warren 7.3, the Eagles defense with nothing, and then Jake Bates with 5.
The God, and even the fucking the 0 points out of the Eagles, I was like, oh, this keeps me alive. And then it didn't. It just didn't matter. Bijan Mustard came and fucked me up. So, all right, let's get into my team. The commissioner decided, hey, here's the problem: is I maybe overestimated the Cardinals, underestimated my own skills, didn't estimate what I thought I knew about fantasy at all. Period. I saw Justin Fields and Daniel Jones were both projected for the same amount of points. Actually, Daniel Jones projected to do like fucking not now, Norton. Fuck off. Norton antivirus just alerting me in the middle of me having a mental breakdown here. So Daniel Jones projected for 17.2, Justin Fields 17.6. I was like, against the Denver defense, I was like, I don't need him to do that much. I was like, the Daniel Jones, I was like, the Cardinals versus Indianapolis. Indianapolis looks good. I was like, this is a trap game for the Cardinals. I was just overthought the entire thing. No, the Cardinals aren't a trap game. The Cardinals are their own trap for themselves. I should have just started fucking Daniel Jones. Justin Fields goes out there, fucking 4.9 points. Trayvon Henderson, 4.1. Hassan Haskins, bring me back Omari and Hampton, 2.8. Just off the rip, I've got less, almost barely 10 points from three guys. So the dream was over. The dream was fucking over. Jamar Chase hits me with 20. Amon Ra goes to fucking sleep at the wheel, 9.2. Tyler Warren continues the warpath, fucking 15.3. Lad, son of Conky McConkey. I was like, that's my start of the fucking week to myself. I'm not going to say that out loud because then again, that's going to curse my team further than it's already cursed. 19.5. That rocked. We did we're right about that though. The Chargers defense against Miami, we were like, dude, that's way too low of an estimation. They still got 8 points.
Mhm.
And then Jason Myers says, dude, he's like, boss, I'll come through for you this week. I'm like, cool. No one else did. So it's fine. We got 93 points. The person on my bench that would have put me over would have been fucking Daniel Jones. Daniel fucking Jones. I have made it this one more story before we move on to mine. The I have kind of not listened to any fantasy advice this year because I was getting too much fantasy advice previous years and it like wasn't really helping me. I swung the other way and I was like, let's just not take any fantasy advice. Let's just live in the moment, you know. Let's live in La Vida Loca. Like Ricky Martin says, you know. Um,
Mhm.
and apparently, all the fantasy advice people were saying, "Hey, you should start Keishon Butte because he was going to have a great game." Because I'm not listening to these people, I didn't hear about this stuff until the day after, and then I was like, "Why am I getting this information after? Why? I don't follow any of these people, so why is this hitting my algorithm? And is it like the universe is punishing me for not listening? I'm gonna keep doing it this way because if I don't I feel like if I swing the other way back to be like, okay, let me listen to all the fantasy advice, I'm just gonna give myself bad fantasy advice. Yeah. Injuries are killing me right now. Bucky Irvin, Omar and Hampton. It sucks because their replacements just aren't good, and Nick Chubb can kind of run sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We just gotta. I think I might offer a trade. I'll be like, hey, if anybody wants to get Jamar Chase for a starting running back, I might have to make that offer out there for the people. But okay, let's go. Enough of this talking about a depressing team. Give me the Jackson off to that Judy. 99.24, 2-4 versus Michael Lombardi's Heroes, 131.3 points, a shellacking, sitting at 5-1. Jackson up to the Judy. What happened?
My team is full of injuries too, and I also relied way too much on the Colts. So, starting off with my quarterback, I picked up Matt Stafford versus the Ravens. Only got me 9.34 points. Jonathan Taylor, 21.7. Always a
he's
solid
gonna.
guy on my
He's
team.
awesome. Yeah.
Josh Jacobs also never had any problems with him, 29.5. And then we got Devonta Smith, 6.9. Nice. Rashid Shaheed,
You gotta
4.8.
practice that one on your own.
I was like, I know his first name is Rashid, and then I was like, oh fuck, his last name is it's such a weird way to keep saying those letters. Um, Sam Laporta, solid 14 points. Not going to argue that with a tight end. J.K. Dobbins, only 4 points. The Colts defense with 1 point, and then Badgley with 8.
Yeah, you're locked in on the Colts there. You know what? They're producing points, but Michael Lombardi's heroes produced a few more points than you, my friend.
Yeah, dude.
Starting with Josh Allen, 15.4 points against Atlanta. Did anybody see that coming with the Bills versus Atlanta? That's a
I definitely did not see that coming.
yeah. Jameer Gibbs, 7 points. Cam Scattaboo.
Yeah,
We were watching that game live. We saw the Scattaboo, the CTE King himself, crushed it. T Mac,
dude.
16.4. What's up?
On that Giants game, so many fucking funny things happened during that game. Besides all the headbutting, um,
Yeah.
when the coach ran into the med tent to right after
Oh
Russell
my
Wilson
God.
did that
Brian
first throw,
Dable.
and he's like, get him out of here, please.
Brian Dable runs in there and he's like, I don't care what's wrong with him. Get him out of here.
And then when they had that one touchdown that Scatterby did where they were reviewing it and one of the refs still had one hand up saying hold on, the other one called it a touchdown. And
Yeah.
then and then Dart runs up to the ref holding his hand up and gives him a high five.
Yeah, they were the boys. You know, they're being some pleasurable whites. The Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart. I did not know Jackson Dart was white up until about like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's funny.
I don't. I was like the way he spelled his name. I was like, is that how you spell Jackson? Whatever. He's pretty good. He's okay. He's better. He's better than Russell Wilson. He's better than Russell Wilson. That's all I know. That first play, Russell Wilson goes out there, throws it straight to the ground. I fully understand why the Giants fans immediately started booing. They're like, get this fucking bum out of here. It was great. Okay, T McMillan, T Mac, Tet. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Tetairoa.
Yeah.
That's a Pokemon. Tetairoa McMillan. Go Tetairoa. I choose you. 16.4 points. George Pickens, 27. Damn, dude. Kyle Pitts, 3.3. You know, we told him that ride is not a fun ride. The Kyle Pitts senior ride. He didn't matter. He got the win, but man, that must not feel good. Javonte Williams, a cheeky 5.9. Broncos defense, 17 big ass fucking points. And Brandon Aubrey, projected for 9, got 9. Good shit. And let's see what's the deal with Brock Bowers. What are we looking at here? Questionable. Oh, he's estimated to return this week. Okay, cool. So he might be back in business. Not like Brock Bowers is killing it, but
Yeah.
he's 5-1. That's all that matters. All right, fighting Kylers. The fighting Kylers. 3-3. Ricky slowly but surely getting wins here. 108.88 versus Big Rooster Brock. 97.24. Give me the fighting Kylers, Ronnie. What do they do to win this one?
We got Patrick Mahomes at 31.48, Saquon Barkley at 7.7, Derrick Henry 13.5, Brian Thomas Jr. 19, Stephon Diggs 4.3, Trey McBride 17.2. That's awesome for a tight end.
Yeah, that's tight end one right there. Shit, that's tight end. That's type shit right there, bro.
Kyron Williams 15.7, Cardinals defense at 1, and then Cam Little at -1.
Dude, that -1 got him off the fucking roster. Ricky already dropped his bitch ass. He dropped Cam Little for Cameron Dicker. So he went from Cam to Cameron. He said, you need to grow up. Use your full name. We're not calling you Cam anymore. We're going Cameron. So
We
that's
ain't
what
little. We're going
that's.
for a whole digger now.
Holy shit, bro. That's exactly what he did. Okay. So I know Enrique said he doesn't regret not having him. What's his name? Patrick Mahomes, because he's like, you know what, he was better somewhere else. You sound like a disheveled boyfriend. Like he's like, you know what, she's Patrick Mahomes just happier somewhere else, man. Not here, not with me. And that led to Big Rooster Brock having to play against fighting Kyler's here. Jaden Daniels, 21.64. That was a messy game, dude. Did you catch that fumble at the end of that game? Or
uh,
did you see how it ended?
no, I didn't see. I don't remember.
Okay. So the way it ended, and it's fucking crazy. The game is essentially won. There's about 2 minutes left in the game. The Commanders, they just have to run out the clock, and that's all they have to do essentially. It's like third and like 3, and they're running out of the shotgun formation,
Okay.
or like the pistol formation. So the quarterback isn't under the center, and then the running back's behind him. Ball gets snapped. It hits Jaden Daniels in the hands, and he kind of starts fumbling it, like because it's wet, it's raining like a motherfucker. He
Yeah.
kind of starts fumbling it in his hands, and then as he's fumbling, he has to turn to his left to hand the ball to the running back. As he's handling it to the running back, the ball's falling out of his hands, so he can't put it directly into the running back's hands. At this point, I believe that the Commanders are up like 23-22, and he goes to put it in the running back's belly, completely goes like shoots out of his hands, bounces off the running back, and the defensive end who is shooting off the edge falls on the ball. And that's it. That's the fucking game. Now all the fucking Bears have to do is just march their way down the field about 70-ish yards and kick the game-winning field goal. They just do that, and you can see the defense and every one of the Commanders be like, "We blew it. We blew this fucking game because we try to get silly. We try to get stupid." It's like, just should have called the most basic play. Just called it an inside run, anything to just keep onto the ball. And they're like, no, let's get a little fancy here. Let's put more distance between the center and the quarterback and throw the wet ball at him. It sucked. I was at the gym watching it, and I was like, holy shit! I couldn't believe that happened. Like, go back and watch it if you get a chance, just to see that last play, because it's like you're gonna be like, the Commanders are so dumb for doing that. Anyways, Jaden Daniels still scored 21 points. Christian McCaffrey 20.6. It's so funny. Everyone else is hurt in the league. Christian McCaffrey not hurt. Kenneth Walker the third 4.2. Ooh, this is not looking good for Kenneth Walker for the season. Cortland Sutton 2.2 against the Jets. Bummer. Keenan Allen 4.7. He's starting to look old again. Jake Fergalicious 10.8 against Carolina. That's a solid performance there. Rashad White 16.1. Why did it show him available in our league then? Because that's who I was trying to pick up. I'm a dummy. For some reason it was like it showed him as an available player unless he dropped him. I don't know. I'll have to go look again. Anyways,
Hmm.
Steelers 11 points. Chase McLaughlin 6 points. Not enough for Big Rooster Brock. Is sitting at 2-4 now. It's starting to look a little rough on his bench. He could have started. Damn, starts DeAndre Swift.
Damn.
Swift would have won the motherfucking game. Look at Drake May went the fuck off. That would have won them the game. Tough. All right, on to next week for a Big Rooster. All right, March of the Penguins, 107.32. Kind of turning his team around here, 3-3 versus Mexican Hookers and Blow, 55.92. It just abysmal performance here. Tell me about the March of the Penguins, Ronnie. How did they win?
Starting off with Jalen Hurts, 20.62. David A. Chain, 29. James Cook, the third, 8.7. Drake London with a surprising 26.8 points. I think that's the most points he's. Oh, he had right before the bye, he had 21 points too. Damn.
Damn.
Debo Samuel, 3.4. Darren Waller, 8.2. Keenshawn Judkins, 3.6.
Quinshawn Judkins.
Packers defense at 3, and then Joshua Carty at 4.
Joshua fucking Cardi. Joshua Mario Cardi.
Yep.
Oh, God. Okay.
I like how he spells Cardi with a K too.
Yeah, Cardi with the K. Mexican Hookers and Blow, 55.92. Enrique, I don't know what's happening on with your team, but you are on the fast track to another toilet bowl for you, my friend. All right. Jared Goff, 16.2, went above his projection. Chase Brown, 7.9. Things are not improving there for Cincinnati with Joe Flacco there. RJ Harvey, 4.5 points. I mean, I I don't know. Does he have anybody else? Oh yeah, Chuba Hubbard was out last week because he was hurt.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what would have helped them. All right, Marvin Harrison Jr. You got to get rid of him, man. He's the most droppable player of all time. 4.2 points. And Mika Egbuka got injured, which sucks for him because that's one of his best players there. Hunter Henry, 4.2 points. Bummer right there. Devontae Adams, 4.9. Even though they got the win against Baltimore's, he was not really a factor in that game. Ravens defense, though, 7 points. Nice. And then Matt Prater, a sad little 2 points. Man, this team, I'm going to be honest with you, Ronnie, this team is tough to look at. Okay.
Yeah.
It really, it really hurts to look at this team. It's abrasive is the only way I'll put it. I don't like looking at it. I don't like knowing that it exists. Enrique, I need you to do something about that fucking team. Okay. All right. That is all. That is it for the week. Oh, the week 6 recap. Sorry about that, gentlemen. I've had a lot of protein today, so I can't speak anymore. I'm getting jacked up because obviously my team can't fucking win in fantasy, so I might as well just at least go to the gym at this point now. What the fuck is the point of anything? All right, I'm just crashing out. This fuck. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do that, and every time I open up this stupid fantasy app, I'm like, all this is just making me mad. Why can't my team just win?
I know. I know exactly how you feel.
All right. That's it for the week 6 recap. Everybody, good job. The winners, losers, get your shit together. Talk to your teams. Winner of the week, Marco Lombardi's Heroes, Jesse's, with the help of young Lombardi, 131.3 points. That's awesome. That's a hell of a lot of fucking points. If anybody was keeping track. And loser of the week, the return of the king himself, 55.92 out of Mexican Hookers and Blow. Enrique, this is getting sad. This is starting to feel like we're taking advantage of somebody. Please either trade a player, uh, you know what? Offer cash incentives to someone. Be like, hey, I will give you this player and $50 if you send me that, and I'll approve it. As a commissioner, I will approve a backhanded deal like this. It's totally fine. It's free for anybody, dude. If any of you guys want to do that, go for it, man. Okay, that's it for the recap. Ronnie, take us to the injury report, please.
All right, this is the injury report. This week is brought to you by 98 KUPD, hard rock that keeps you rock hard. There's actually no injuries this week
No injuries on the starters.
on the starters,
If
yes.
yeah, if you go to their benches, some of the benches are just fucking wrecked. You open up those benches and it's a war zone
Some of those
on
benches
some
are
of them.
actually hospital beds.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's bad. It's tough. All right, let's get into the week 7 recap. Recap preview. Come on, see, I gotta get my head in the game, brother. All right, week 7 preview. Got Commissioner Rivera projected for 100.4 points. I don't want people to think I had 104.4. That'd be crazy. That'd be nuts. Versus March of the Penguins, 119.8. Are you looking at the website, Ronnie? The ESPN website?
I'm using the iPad app.
Oh, the iPad app. Okay, so you don't get the little. If you're looking at the schedule, you don't get the little check marks to see who's in the comparison.
No, that's the one
Oh,
thing I wish
okay.
they brought over from that website because
It's
that's
so
really
great.
cool.
It's so great. I'll give them. That's the only one thing they got right. Well, I'll tell you right now. Every single check mark is on Penguin side, except for one of my wide receivers. Essentially, ESPN's like, "You're dead. Why are you here?" I'm sorry, ESPN. I still have to play the game. All right. Play to win the game. All right. So I'm going to start Daniel Jones this week against the Chargers, projected for 18.3. Trayvon Henderson, you're pissing me off, brother. 10.2 points. I got Nick Chubb against Seattle, 8.5. I think my running backs are dead. I think my running back situation is not good here. Bucky Irving I think he's on the IR. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. Yeah, it's not a fun time. I gotta ship some people out here. All right, I'm on Ross St. Brown, projected for 16.2 against Tampa Bay. I forgot to say Jamar Chase, 12.8 against Pittsburgh. Now it is gonna be a Joe Flacco return game to Pittsburgh, so maybe something cool happens there. Tyler Warren
Mhm.
projected for 9.7 against the Chargers. Lad McConkey, son of Conkey, against Indianapolis, projected for 11.2. Browns defense against Miami. I'm going to hopefully guess that they're going to score more than 5.6 points. And then Jason Myers against Houston. That team can give up some points. Maybe we hit higher than our projection of 8.1. Panic room for myself is my entire running back room. My entire running back room is just leftovers. There's just guys who maybe should not even be on the field, but someone's got to put them out there. Um, I was dumb for not taking up Bucky Irving as soon as I found that he got hurt. I should have taken a Rashad White. Now I don't have that option anymore. I feel stupid, and yeah, that's all I can do now. That's what I get for not fucking paying attention. March of the Penguins projected for 119. How is he gonna put a boot up my ass in this one?
All right. Yeah, he's got Jalen Hurts at Minnesota, projected 19.82. Devon A. Chain at Cleveland, 18.88. Uh, Kinshon Judkins
No, you
versus
gotta, Ronnie. You gotta
what?
say it like how if you were a part of the maybe like a cabinet member or maybe like someone very close to Ronald Reagan would say a name like this. Quinn Sean Judkins. there
Quinshon Judkins.
you go.
All right. He's playing against Miami, 15.1 or 0-1, sorry. Drake London at San Francisco, 13.69. Rasheed Rice versus the Raiders, 11.26. George Kittle versus the Falcons, 11.25. Jacoy Krosky Merritt at Dallas, 15.12. The Ra-
Jesus.
the Rams defense, sorry, at Jacksonville, 6.7. And then his kicker is Eddie Pinero versus the Falcons, 8.06. And I would say for his panic room, I'm gonna say Rasheed Rice since he just got off his suspension and he's probably cold.
Well, it's either him
Um,
or George Kittle for sure.
yeah, and George
They
Kittle
they
just
have
got
him
off
out there.
IR too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a good one right there. All right.
and also
Right.
the Chiefs don't get that ref buff that much anymore. So
No, they have. That's been lacking for them, which I'm sure they're very upset about.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, Big Rooster Brock sitting at 2-4. Ooh, we got a 2-4 off here versus Jackson off to that Judy. Big Rooster Brock projected for 126 to Jackson off to that Judy, 112.2. Starting off with Jaden Daniels against Dallas. That Dallas defense is pretty suspect. Projected for 24.1 points. That'll probably hit. Christian McCaffrey against Atlanta, 19.9 points. That's a sick ass projection. Now he's starting DeAndre Swift this week. All right, shout out that. Against New Orleans, 14.3 points. Nico Collins against Seattle, 14.7. They have a solid defense in Seattle. That one might not hit. Justin Jefferson, 15.1 against Philadelphia. He's got Jake Fergalicious, 11 points against Washington. Kimani Vidal, running back, 10.8 points. That's the guy I should have picked up instead of Hassan Haskins, whatever his dumbass name was. Steelers defense projected for 7.8 against Cincinnati. And Chase McLaughlin, son of McLaughlin, projected for 8.6. I would say his panic room is going to be, I think it's going to be Justin Jefferson because it just hasn't really worked out too well with uh, the quarterback there, the young. Not, I know he's not a rookie because it's the second year, but he's a rookie essentially. I know it's tough. He's seen quarterback proof at the beginning of the season. It kind of really has not been panning out that well. So I just want to say that's his panic room right now. All right, give me the work, Jackson. Off to that, Judy.
All right. I did make a change right when we started, so I don't know if it refreshed on your screen. But what I have is Caleb Williams starting against the Saints, 19.02. Jonathan Taylor at the Chargers, 22.93. Josh Jacobs at Arizona, 17.74. Devonta Smith, 9.77 at Minnesota. Wandale Robinson at Denver, 8.55. Sam Laporta versus Tampa Bay, 10.4. J.K. Dobbins versus the Giants, 12.19. The Patriots defense against probably the worst team I've ever seen this season, the Titans, projected for 6.6.
They beat the Cardinals.
Hey, they beat
I
the
saw that.
Cardinals.
They beat the Cardinals.
And then Ryan Fitzgerald at the Jets, 8.11.
When I
For
saw
my panic room,
yeah,
oh,
I was gonna say when I saw you added Fitzgerald, I was like Fitzgerald, the quarterback. I was like, is he back or something?
yeah, that threw me off when I first saw it too. For my panic room, I am going to say, I mean, if I could do what you did, both my wide receivers, because my wide receivers are the shittiest thing I've had all season.
Yeah,
Devonta
you
Devonta
don't have
Smith
it.
he's had that one good game, two
Yeah,
good games. And especially against the Vikings, their defense is pretty good. ESPN says it's number one defense right now. So
fuck.
um, I don't know what I'm really gonna do with him. And then I just picked up Wandale Robinson again, even though I dropped him 2 weeks ago. And then he got 17 points when I dropped him.
That's how
So
it
I'm hoping he
goes.
gives me that, but then he's going up against Denver, so we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have a true wide receiver one anywhere there,
Yep.
so you're kind of stuck there. All right, Mexican hookers and blow against fighting Kylers. Wow, 103.1 versus 104.1. It's it's one margin of error, and that's what's going to determine this game. Let's get Mexican hookers and blow. All right, let's see what you got, Enrique. Here, you got Jared Goff projected for 16.8 points against Tampa Bay. Chase Brown 9.8. Damn, they don't even give him a fucking they're like, nah, we're not even giving him 10 points, bro. We'll give him 9.8. RJ Harvey 6.7 against the Giants. Jackson Smith and Jigba. You're so lucky you didn't have to say that one. All right, 16.4 points. He's going. Oh, I thought I was to say he went double Seattle, but I forgot DK Metcalf is with Pittsburgh. Doing not bad with Mr. Aaron Rodgers. 12.9 points. Hunter Henry, 7.7. Devonta Adams, 16.4 against Jacksonville. And Chiefs defense against Las Vegas, 7.7 points. That team is a disaster, that Las Vegas team. Geno Smith does not know what the fuck he's throwing at. I did say at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, dude, he's going to be slinging the rock. He is at the other team. And then Matt Gay, 8.7 points against Dallas. All right, Ronnie, hit me with the fighting Kylers.
Fighting Kylers, we got Patrick Mahomes versus the Raiders, 22.03. Saquon Barkley, 14.45 at Minnesota. Kyron Williams, 15.02 at Jacksonville. Brian Thomas Jr. against the Rams, 11.39. Stephon Diggs at Tennessee, 10.98. Trey McBride versus Green Bay, 12.12. Kendrick Bourne versus Atlanta,
Can't believe you're not.
6.52.
I can't believe you're not saying Kendrick Jason Bourne, but that's
No.
that's you, bro. That's you, bro.
The Cardinals defense, we got 3.42 against Green Bay. And then Cameron Digger versus the Colts, 8.16.
Yeah. All right. And finally, we've got Michael Lombardi's Heroes, 5-1. Good job, Jesse. 92.5 versus For Goodness Bakes, also 5-1. This is the game of the fucking week right here. 112.5. We've got the 5-1 versus 5-1, the leaders in their divisions. Starting off with Michael Lombardi's Heroes, Josh Allen, but he's got a bye this week, so I'm sure he's going to swap that out with no other QB that he has on his roster, so he will have to pick one up. Jameer Gibbies, 16.6 points against Tampa Bay. Cam Scattaboo, 12 points against Denver. Ooh, I don't think he hits that. And I forgot to say my panic room for the previous one. Did we say our panic rooms?
No, we did
We're
not.
gonna go. You know what? Let's go with yes. Moving on. Teodoro McMillan, T Mac, 10.5 against the Jets. George Pickens, 13.5 against Washington. That'll probably happen for sure. Kyle Pitts Sr., 7 points against San Francisco. That definitely won't happen. He's probably going to score 2 points. Javonte Williams, 15.8 against Washington. That'll probably happen. We've got the Broncos defense against the Giants, the New York Giants, 7.2 points. Brandon Aubrey against Washington, 9.2 points. I'm going to say his panic room, the obvious one is Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
But he never left the panic room. He's just been in there since like 2 seasons ago. So I'm gonna say that his panic room is gonna be Cam Scatable against Denver because they've been shutting people down. And I think that'll happen. That'll happen again there. So I think that's gonna be his worry there because this is a close game. Let's see, he puts in another QB let's say another QB that's projected like 17-ish points. That'd put him at what? It'll put him at 109, so he'd still be short 3 points. Like he's got to make up a lot of points there with the QB and a bad matchup there. Not a bad matchup, sorry, a tough matchup is what I'll say. Unless one of his other guys pick up the slack, and it's not gonna be Kyle Pitts. Let's all be honest. All right, for goodness sakes, give me Jonathan. What's Jonathan gonna have to? Coach Jonathan over here, Coach Eric. Well, I was about to say his last name, but I don't want to dox him. I want to say his Christian name. What's his team gonna have to do to get the win here?
All right, we got Baker Mayfield at Detroit, 19.15. Bijan Robinson at San Francisco, 20.41. Ashton Genty at the Chiefs, 14.5. Rome Odunze versus the Saints, 12.08. Jalen Waddle, 12.3 at Cleveland. Tucker Kraft Mac and Cheese at Arizona, 7.44. Rico Dowdle. Is it Dowdle?
Dowdle.
Dowdle?
Dowdle, yep.
I dowdle it.
more like you when you're home by yourself, you're dowdling yourself.
So Rico Dowdle at the Jets, 11.11. The Eagles defense at Minnesota, 6.67. And Jake Bates. Jake baiting my dowdle.
Stupid ass.
Jake Bates versus Tampa Bay, 8.82. For Panic Room, I'm gonna say Jalen Waddle.
Jalen
He
Waddle against
has
Cleveland. Yeah, he is not.
he's been middle of the road. He had one good 20-point game, but I don't know. He hasn't been as impressive as he's been in the past.
Yeah, and Miami's a shit show too, just in
Yeah.
general. So okay, that's a good one. All right, I see it. I see the vision. I believe in it. Anybody who's the underdog this week, there's a good reason why. Because you're bad at drafting, you're bad at fantasy. So get it together. Get it together, fucking losers. Ronnie, any closing thoughts here for the boys before we go into week 7? Before the buys really start kicking people's asses?
No, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's why your team is so bad.
Yeah, I can't be the one giving advice right now.
Yeah. No one listen to me at all. Period. Please.
My advice
Yeah. But
is everybody drop your wide receivers, and then maybe I'll have a
yeah,
chance.
guys, come on. Drop your wide receivers. You don't need nobody needs that many wide receivers, bro. What the hell? What the helly? All right. All right, boys. That is it for us. We're out of here. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.